All right, so are you ready to make some money online?
Always ready.
Well, today we're going to do a deep dive into how to do just that, specifically within the Nigerian context.
That's right. And we've got a great source to guide us.
We do. We're looking at a report by Toyin Omotoso.
Who has been in the online business world for over 15 years now.
15 years, that's a long time.
And Toyin has really seen it all during that time.
And you know what? One of the things I really appreciate about his report?
What's that?
He starts by acknowledging just how much hype and how many scams there are out there.
Oh, yeah, there's a ton.
And he even shares this funny story about going to a seminar, like way back in 2005.
Okay.
Led by a medical student, no less, who promised the secrets to internet riches.
Oh, wow.
And I think a lot of us can relate to that feeling of like, okay, is this legit or is this another one of those things that's going to disappear next week?
Yeah.
And it's so easy to get caught up in that hype, especially when you're, eager to start making money online.
Absolutely. There's so much information out there, and it's hard to know what to trust.
Exactly. And Toyin actually comes right out and says, I love this. He says,
what's that?
Don't go to Google and search how to make money online.
You know what? That's actually really good advice.
Right, because those search results are often just filled with empty promises and those like scammy get-rich-quick schemes.
Exactly. And it's all preying on people who are, really hoping to find a quick and easy solution.
And a lot of those things just end up wasting your time and money.
Absolutely. And I think one of Toyin's core messages is to be really discerning about the opportunities you pursue online.
Be skeptical.
Right? Ask questions, do your research, and don't be afraid to walk away from something that doesn't feel right.
That is so important.
Because, at the end of the day, you want to build a sustainable income stream.
Right.
Something that's actually going to provide you with long-term value.
Okay, so we've talked about what not to do.
Right.
Now let's get into what Toyin actually recommends.
Okay, sounds good.
And before we jump into the specific models he talks about, I want to highlight these 3 principles he lays out.
All right.
And I think these are just so crucial for anyone looking to make money online.
Okay, what are they?
So the first one is avoid those get-rich-quick schemes.
Makes sense.
Focus on providing genuine value, whether that's through a product or a service.
Right. It has to be something that people actually need or want.
Exactly. Because if you're not solving a problem or fulfilling a need, you're not going to be successful in the long run.
Absolutely.
The second principle is find a model that's sustainable, meaning it can generate income consistently over time.
That's so important because you don't want to be chasing those one-off opportunities.
Right.
You want something that can provide you with a consistent stream of income.
Exactly. And the third principle, this is a big one, be prepared to put in the work.
Oh, yeah.
There's no magic bullet here, no easy button. It takes effort and dedication to build a successful online business.
It does. And I think a lot of people get discouraged because they expect to see results overnight.
Yeah, instant gratification.
But the reality is it takes time, it takes effort, it takes consistency to achieve those results.
And I think sometimes it's easy to get swept up in, the hype of the moment.
Yeah, especially when you see all those, those success stories online.
Right. And you're like, oh, I can do that too.
Yeah. But what you don't see is all the hard work and dedication that went into those success stories.
Right, the behind-the-scenes hustle.
Exactly. And so I think it's important to have realistic expectations and to be prepared to put in the work.
Okay, so now that we've got those principles in mind, let's talk about some specific models that Toyin warns against, because he actually gives us like a list.
Oh, that's interesting.
Of 6 models to avoid. And I have to say, these are some of the most common ones you see out there.
Like what?
So the first one is online surveys.
Oh, yeah, those things.
Have you ever tried those?
I tried those way back in the day. I was like, oh, it's going to be great. I can just,
Yeah, easy money.
Answer some questions and make some quick cash. But let me tell you, it was not worth it.
It takes forever to earn anything.
Exactly. It's like pennies per hour.
Yeah.
And so I quickly realized that it was just not a good use of my time.
And then the second one is those get paid to read emails schemes.
Oh my gosh, those are just ridiculous.
It was actually paying people to read their spam.
Right, exactly. And, it's amazing how these things keep popping up with different names.
Yeah, they're like the cockroaches of the internet.
But it's always the same story.
Always the same story. You're not going to get rich reading emails.
No.
And then he also calls out those shady investment programs.
Oh, yeah.
And he specifically mentions oil and gas investments,
which those are classic.
I'm sure a lot of listeners have encountered those.
Definitely. And they always promise these ridiculously high returns.
Yeah.
Like, invest a little bit of money and you'll be a millionaire in a few months.
Yeah, it sounds too good to be true.
It is too good to be true. And it often ends up being a pyramid scheme where the early participants profit off of the new recruits.
Right. And speaking of pyramid schemes.
Oh, yeah.
He also mentions cash gifting programs, which, I'm sure many of our listeners might remember.
Yeah.
From the whole MMM saga.
Oh, yeah. MMM, unfortunately, a lot of people got burned by that.
Yeah, it's a shame.
And it's just a reminder that, if something sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
So what else is on Twain's list?
He also calls out online MLMs, which often emphasize recruitment over actual product value.
Right. It's all about building that downline.
Yeah, and less about actually selling products that people need or want.
Yeah. And finally, he cautions against anything that promises quick riches with minimal effort.
Basically, if it sounds too good to be true.
It probably is.
Yeah, you got to be skeptical, you got to do your research, and you got to be realistic about your expectations.
Absolutely. All right, so we've talked about what not to do.
Right.
In the next part of our deep dive, we're going to get into the good stuff.
Okay, I'm excited.
The models that Twain actually recommends for making money online in Nigeria.
Let's do it.
So stay tuned.
We'll be right back. Welcome back.
Okay, so we're picking up where we left off with those models that Twain actually recommends for making money online in Nigeria.
All right. Are you ready to dive in?
I am. And you know what?
Right.
What really struck me as we were going through his report was how he emphasizes getting specific, like really specific.
You mean like with your business idea?
Yeah, like with whatever model you choose.
Oh, yeah, that's so important.
He talks about the importance of niching down.
Niching down.
Yeah, it's not enough to just say, oh, I'm a writer or I'm a graphic designer.
Right. You got to get more specific than that.
Exactly. You got to figure out what your unique expertise is and who your ideal client is.
So, like, instead of saying I'm a writer,
right.
might say I'm a copywriter who specializes in writing website content for e-commerce businesses.
Exactly. Or if you're a graphic designer, you might say, I specialize in creating visual branding for sustainable fashion brands.
That's a great example.
And I think a lot of people are hesitant to niche down because they think it's going to limit their options.
Yeah, they're worried about missing out on potential clients.
But actually, it's the opposite.
Oh, really?
When you niche down, you become the go-to expert for a specific type of client.
That makes sense.
And you attract more of the right clients because they know you understand their unique needs.
So it's about quality over quantity.
Exactly. It's about building a strong reputation in a specific niche rather than trying to be everything to everyone.
Okay, so niching down is key for any online business.
Absolutely. Especially if you're just starting out.
Now, what about affiliate marketing?
Yeah.
I know a lot of people are curious about that.
Me too. And Twain has some great insights on that.
Like what?
Well, first of all, he talks about the importance of choosing products that you actually believe in.
Oh, yeah, it's so important.
Because when you're passionate about a product, it shows in your marketing.
And people can tell if you're not genuine.
Exactly. So don't just promote anything that comes your way. Write products that align with your own interests or passions.
So if you're really into fitness,
you
might promote fitness equipment or online workout programs.
Exactly. Or if you're a foodie, you might promote kitchen gadgets or recipe books.
That makes sense.
And along with personal interest, Twain also suggests looking for products that have a proven track record.
Meaning they've already been successful for other affiliates.
Right, because if other people are making money promoting a particular product, it's a good sign that it's worth your time.
So it's about doing your research and seeing what's already working.
Exactly. And then once you've chosen your products,
Yeah.
he talks about the importance of building trust with your audience.
Trust, that's huge.
It's about being transparent about your affiliate relationships, providing valuable content, and not just trying to sell all the time.
So it's more about building relationships than just making a quick buck.
Exactly, because people are more likely to buy from someone they trust.
Okay, I like that.
Now let's move on to information publishing.
All right, tell me more about that.
Well, Twain is a big believer in creating high-quality content.
Of course, content is king.
Right. But it's not just about creating any content. It's about creating content that's valuable, informative, and actionable.
So it's not just about regurgitating information that's already out there?
No, it's about providing unique insights, perspectives, and solutions.
So you're essentially packaging your knowledge and experience into a product that people can learn from.
Exactly. And he gives some great examples like ebooks, video courses, online workshops.
Those are all great options.
And the topics are limitless.
Yeah.
You can create content about anything you're passionate about and knowledgeable in.
So if you're a financial expert, you could create a course on personal finance.
Exactly. Or if you're a relationship coach,
yeah,
you could create a program on building healthy relationships.
I see. So it's about finding your area of expertise and sharing your knowledge with the world.
And Toyin actually runs an information publishing business himself.
He does.
And he says it's extremely profitable.
Yeah.
He even mentions this guy named Jonathan Melody, who's built a 30 million naira a year income.
30 million naira.
From creating and selling information products.
That's incredible.
So it's definitely a viable model.
All right, let's talk about the last model, e-commerce.
Okay.
This one always seems a bit daunting to me.
I know it can seem overwhelming, but Toyin breaks it down into manageable steps.
Oh, good.
The first step is finding products that solve problems or fulfill desires.
So it's about finding products that people actually need or want.
Exactly. And these products can be physical or digital.
Okay.
And you can source them locally or internationally.
Gotcha. So it's about finding the right products for your target market.
Exactly. And then the second step is figuring out how to acquire those products at the lowest possible cost.
So you can maximize your profit margins?
Right. And there are a lot of different ways to do this. You can buy wholesale from suppliers. You can import products from other countries.
Okay.
You can even manufacture your own products.
And the third step?
Of
course, you got to get those products in front of the right people.
Exactly. And there are a ton of different marketing channels you can use, like social media advertising, content marketing, email marketing.
So it's about finding what works best for your business.
And Toyin stresses the importance of treating your e-commerce business like a real business.
Meaning?
Having a solid business plan, tracking your finances, providing excellent customer service.
Oh, yeah. Customer service is so important in e-commerce.
Because in the online world, reputation is everything.
So it's about going the extra mile to make sure your customers are happy.
Exactly. Because happy customers lead to repeat business and positive word-of-mouth marketing.
So those are the 4 models that Toyin recommends.
Yeah. And I think it's important to remember that these are just starting points.
Right. You can always adapt and tweak these models to fit your own unique skills and interests.
Exactly. And, one thing that Toyin also talks about is the importance of mindset.
Mindset.
Yeah, he emphasizes qualities like persistence, resilience, and adaptability.
Those are all essential for success in any business.
Absolutely, because you're going to face challenges and setbacks along the way.
It's inevitable.
But it's how you respond to those challenges that determines your ultimate success.
So it's about having a growth mindset and not giving up when things get tough.
Exactly. And, speaking of Jonathan Melody.
Oh, yeah. The guy who's making 30 million naira a year.
I was curious about what kind of information products he was selling.
Me too.
And from what Toyin shares, it seems like Jonathan focuses on teaching people how to leverage online platforms for business.
So he's essentially teaching people how to do what he's doing.
Exactly. And it's a great example of how you can turn your knowledge and experience into a profitable online business.
It's pretty inspiring, actually.
It is.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground in this part.
We have. We've talked about the importance of niching down, building trust, choosing the right products, and having the right mindset.
And in the final part of our deep dive,
yeah,
we're going to bring it all together with some key takeaways.
And actionable steps you can take
to start making money online in Nigeria.
So stay tuned. Welcome back to the final part of our deep dive into making money online in Nigeria.
We've covered so much ground so far.
We have, haven't we?
From debunking those tempting get-rich-quick schemes.
Yeah, those are everywhere.
To really delving into the specifics of different online business models that actually work.
And now we're going to try to distill all of that information into some key takeaways.
That's some actionable advice that you can actually use.
So you can start building that online income.
Right, because at the end of the day, it's all about taking action.
It is. And you know what? If there's one thing that really stuck with me from Toyin's report, it's this idea of a mindset shift.
Mindset shift.
You hear that phrase a lot.
Oh, I do all the time.
But what does it actually mean, practically speaking, when it comes to making money online?
Right. Well, for me, it's about seeing yourself as an entrepreneur.
Okay.
As someone who's creating value, who's solving problems.
And not just waiting for someone else to hand you a paycheck.
Exactly. It's about taking ownership of your income and your future.
It's about taking control.
Yeah. And it's also about understanding that success online, just like offline, takes real effort.
Yeah. There's no such thing as passive income.
Or at least it's very rare.
Right. Yeah. It's all about finding a model that aligns with your skills and interests and then putting in the work to build something sustainable.
Yeah. And Toyin gave us some great examples.
He did those 4 models freelancing and consulting, affiliate marketing, information publishing, and e-commerce.
Those are all legitimate ways to make money online.
They are. And, it's not about picking the one that sounds the easiest.
No.
It's about choosing the one that resonates with you the most.
Right, because if you're passionate about what you're doing, you're more likely to be successful.
So what are some actionable steps that we can take right now?
Well, first of all, I think it's so important to invest in your education.
Okay.
Read books, take courses, attend webinars, find mentors.
Knowledge is power.
It really is, especially in the online world where things are constantly changing.
And other tip, don't try to do everything at once.
Right. Focus on one thing at a time.
Pick one model that you're excited about and dive deep into it.
Become an expert in that area.
Exactly. And as you're learning, don't be afraid to experiment. Try different things. See what works for you.
There's no one-size-fits-all approach to online business.
And it's so important to build your online presence.
That's key.
Create a website. Establish your social media profiles. Start a YouTube channel.
It's all about getting your name and your brand out there.
And being consistent with your content creation.
So you become a go-to resource in your niche.
And don't forget about networking.
Oh yeah, networking is huge.
Connect with other entrepreneurs, join online communities, find mentors who can guide and support you.
It's amazing how much you can learn from others who are walking the same path.
And as we wrap up this deep dive into making money online in Nigeria, I just want to emphasize that it's a journey.
It is.
Not a destination.
There's no finish line.
It's a process of learning, adapting, and refining your approach.
And there will be challenges.
Of course.
There will be setbacks.
There will be moments where you want to give up.
But it's how you respond to those challenges that determines your ultimate success.
So keep learning, keep growing, and most importantly, keep taking action.
And never give up on your dreams.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into making money online in Nigeria.
It's been a pleasure.
We'll see you next time.